Live, only on DAZN. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. One is defending a name, the other is building one. The ring doesn't care where you come from, only if you can survive in it. Saturday, June 28th, Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Mr. Cameron Vuong.
What's happening, mate? You good?
Joins me. I'm good, mate. More importantly, how are you? How is life in your new humble abode?
Living down here, Harlow, Essex. Not much going on.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, it's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Getting away from all the just distractions, away from home. But now I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I just said to you, you're getting further south. So you started up in Newcastle, Jamie Moore, Nigel Travis, Manchester, Ben Davidson in Harlow. Just getting further and further away from home.
I know, yeah, not ideal, like, but nah. You've got to do, you got to make sacrifices, and it's further from home, but I believe it's the right move for my career. A step in the right direction for my progression, I feel. So, yeah, down at Ben Davidson's now. Been here about a month or so, and I'm really enjoying it, learning every day. Trying to be like a sponge, soaking it all up and enjoying it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a fight, hopefully get a date soon, get it announced, and we'll be back under the lights.
Yeah, before we talk about you being here and why this was the choice you made, just a couple of words on Jamie and Nigel. I saw the post you put on Instagram just thanking not just them, everyone at the gym as well for helping the progression that you made early on in your career. No bad terms, all still friends. You've been to weddings of guys in that gym. You're a really close-knit unit, or you were, and I guess you'll stay a close-knit unit. But just the right time for you to depart, I guess. Yeah,
definitely. It wasn't a personal decision. I got a lot of love for everyone there, Jamie, Nige, especially Jack. Obviously, I was a groomsman at his wedding, and Akib, Dave. I'm close with them all, really, but like I said, it was more of a business decision rather than a personal one. I'm on good terms with everyone there. Still speak to Jack on a daily basis. So yeah, like I said, just purely a business move, a move that I thought would better my career, and that's why I done it. Really, that's what we're here for. You only get one shot at this, so I felt as if I needed to have a fresh start, and that's what I've done.
Yeah. I don't want to push buttons to things that we might not be privy to, but can you enlighten us on what that business decision was, or is that something you'd like to keep kind of out of the public eye?
It was just within myself, like within boxing. Felt like I wasn't progressing the way I needed to be, or as fast as I wanted to be. So that was it, really. Like I said, nothing personal. Just purely a boxing decision.
Did you try out in various gyms before deciding this was the place for you?
No, this was the first place I tried. I did 3 days down here, went home, came back, done another 3-4 days, and sat down with Ben and Lee Wiley, and I decided this was the place for me. I feel like the way the coach, not just coaches, they're like teachers, so I feel like it fits my style well as well. I feel like I really gel with Lee and Ben.
Was it not like this is a low-key gym, there's some absolute beasts training in this gym, there's a couple of beasts sparring now, but was it on recommendation by someone who said, look, come down to here, or was it just, look, I know this is a gym that is churning out good fighters, this is where I want to be?
Yeah, a lot of that, really. Obviously, I've known Pat for a while, and just more looking at the way Ben and Lee coach. Like when I realised that I wanted to move and I decided that I wanted to change gym, it was like, what's best fit for me? Like, who am I going to gel best with? And I feel like here, like I said before, like matches the style that I box. And like you said, you got some great fighters here, so not just one or two. There's a handful. You got obviously Moses, Pat, Luke, Alois, Lee Wood. There's numerous fighters that are sort of ahead of me here, so I'm learning every day and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Right, let's talk about you getting in the ring and fighting. You said a date coming very soon, taking it back to the Jordan Flynn fight. Was it nice to have that feeling of, when there's been a little bit of a back and forth, a little bit of needle, to have that sweetness of, I've beaten him?
Yeah, definitely.
Just to have that kind of, them mini bragging rights as such.
I think what made it sweeter, to be honest, was the 2 fights that I fell through. Like, obviously, I was injured the first time, he was injured the second. Felt like it was never going to happen, so then to eventually get in there with him and put it to bed, was a good feeling, yeah.
Did you two speak afterwards, or?
Yeah, we had a few words after.
Is it, I don't want to say settled, but are you?
Yeah. Like, for me, it was never really personal. He was like always the one who was dead active, like on Instagram, tagging us in stories and that every day. But nah, once you box and that, shake hands, and it's business at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was still funny, that clip of the push, though.
Yeah.
That clip of the push that night at the Indigo O2, that kind of, I guess, kick-started it being perhaps a bigger fight, is it fair to say, than it should have been?
The fight was built for like a year, and then we did, obviously, the gloves were off and that. And then that fight didn't happen, but it was a lot of built-up. It was built up for a long time, but it was good to put it to bed. And I think it was good for my career as well, obviously. Built up a lot of exposure, like you said. The fight was made out to be like a lot bigger than it actually was at the time. So yeah, it's all good experience for me, I feel.
Yeah. In terms of the next fight, would I be right or wrong in saying that it might be the rematch with Gavin Gwyn? I've seen little hints kind of dropped online and in comment sections between people involved with both parties. Are we going to get that second fight between you and Gavin?
Yeah, we'll definitely get it. I don't know if it's next. Obviously, I've just came here. I'd like to have a fight to settle in. I think that's understandable. But listen, everyone's going on like I'm running from Gavin Gwyn, or like I don't want the fight. If you ask anyone that's close to me or anyone that I speak to, I'm chasing that fight. Like, I want that fight. Like, do people think I was happy with my performance? No. Like, I want to put that right. I don't think I lost the fight. I think I won the fight by a round or two. It was very close, but I feel like I just did the cleaner work. Like, you don't win fights with pity-patty shitty shots like that are landing on the gloves. He says, like, I punched like a super feather, but if you look at his face and look at my face after the fight, that tells you all you need to know. I ripped his face up bad, and yeah, it was a close fight, but a fight I feel like I won, and I would love to do it again. I want to do it again, to be honest. I'm a perfectionist. I'm my own biggest critic, and I'm not happy with my performance, so I want to put that right.
Yeah. I interviewed Gavin afterwards, and like you said, his face was busted up. You just said it was a close fight just then. Can you understand why perhaps that night he got in front of the cameras and expressed his disappointment, got quite emotional? Because when it's a close fight, can you see why perhaps, at least in his mind, he walked away thinking, hold on, I should be the one?
Yeah, I understand. He had a lot of fans in there that night, and they were being very vocal, and I think that played a part. But I knew I'd done enough early on, and I finished the fight well, 9-10. So it was a close fight, but listen, I got it on all three scorecards. So like I could understand maybe if one went his way or one had it a draw, but all three had me winning. So I feel like, how can you cry out or scream like that? But listen, we're going to put it to bed either way. I've got no personal problem with Gavin Gwyn. Like, he's a nice fella. I messaged him after the fight and that, but we're going to do it again 100%.
Do you think the build-up could get heated?
Maybe
in the lead up to the second fight?
Depends. I'm not really fussed, to be honest. Confrontation doesn't bother us. If he wants to be respectful, and be respectful, but if he wants to play it like that, then I've got no problem.
The good thing about this, and again, going back to the Jordan Flynn fight, is I guess before you get to the world title level that you're going to get to, you want to experience as many things as possible. Having had these mini rivalries, by the time you get to world title level, just say there's an American guy who looks across and goes, fuck you. You're ready for it. Because you want to have all the experiences, and these little rivalries are like perfect for that time when you get to...
Definitely. Now I think it will be a bit like more spicy in the build-up, the next fight. But yeah, the first fight, I hadn't really seen that much of him. I only called him out because Sam Jones told us to be honest. But yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's what happened. So I boxed on that Riyadh season card, and Sam was like, mate, call out Gavin Gwyn, and I was like, all right, sound. And then
Which one's that?
It went from there, really.
Mate, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing the work you do here. Going to turn you into some fighter if you weren't already. Final one. What does life look like for you now? You said there's not a lot going on here, so what's chill time? I'm
in here 2-3 times a day. I live with Shabazz, Lee Wiley, Lee Wood, and I just chill really in between sessions, go home. Been going Nando's quite a lot, but that's going to have to stop because I've got a fight coming up. So,
what's the Nando's order? I've been with a lot of fighters, and it's always just seems to be you have to take the spice out, didn't you? Just plain chicken. No.
I get half chicken, extra hot, rice, corn on the cob, and a double chicken wrap with halloumi, a peronaise. Okay.
So cruiserweight Cameron Vuong coming very soon.
Yeah, everyone I go with are like, are you all right? You're not going to eat all that? And I'm like, no. chill out.
You ain't seen
I've got a big Nando's order. It's like 30 quid, so if anyone wants to sponsor us, out. I need Nando's.
Cam, you're the
Nice
man.
one, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.